Will your Etsy sales come to a crashing halt in January? A lot of you might be experiencing really great sales volume in your shops right now, and maybe you're wondering, what next? Will my store crash in January? It's hard to see past Q4 for our shops, and we don't know what's around the corner. Will your Etsy shop crash? My answer to that is it might, if you don't do these things. In this video, I'm giving you 6 things to make sure that you do right now to ensure that your sales do not come to a crashing halt next year. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dylan Jaras. I am an Etsy shop owner of about 6.5 years. I've done over $1.4 million in revenue on the platform. My whole background is in e-commerce. I worked for Zappos and Zulily, and now I sell on Etsy, Amazon, and Shopify, with Etsy being our main sales channel. I've built a business that consistently does $30,000 to $40,000 a month, and now I teach Etsy sellers like you how to build their business up to be high, consistent revenue to ultimately get you to a place of financial freedom. Maybe your sales have been really great this Q4. Maybe you're thinking recession. What recession? Maybe you're a little nervous about what happens after Christmas. What happens in January? Historically in my business, Q1 and Q2 are my best quarters. So if you've been told that Q4 is your time, it's the biggest time of year, don't mess up your Q4, get all your sales in. Okay, don't worry. It's not the end all be all. It all depends on your customers and your product mix. So I'm going to give you 6 things to do in your shop now so that your store doesn't crash in January. Number 1, shift who you are targeting clearly through your SEO. So depending on the time of year, Etsy is going to spend their marketing budget targeting different types of customers. So as we move into Q1, Etsy is shifting into targeting different customers than they were targeting in Q4. So in Q1, they're not just targeting gift givers. So in order to adapt, we need to take a good look at who we are targeting as well, and perhaps make some shifts there. So we can't just target gift givers. That's not going to work. But who is doing a lot of shopping in Q1 and what are they shopping for? We want to make sure we're targeting profitable customers, not just customers who, drained their bank accounts over Christmas. Who still has money left over to spend in January and what are they spending that money on? That's what we want to pay attention to. The second thing we need to do is drive traffic ourselves. So in Q4, Etsy's advertising budget was a lot different than it will be in Q1. So you very well could see a decrease in your traffic. And remember, to get traffic, you either have to spend time or money. So I always recommend putting in the time to get traffic organically. And in order to make up, the delta between what Etsy was bringing in Q4 and what traffic they might be bringing in Q1, I would definitely put in a consistent 20 minutes a day for the entire quarter. So January 1st through March 31st, a minimum of 20 minutes a day. And you're going to drive that traffic with Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. Remember, Facebook has the warmest leads, most ready to buy. Instagram is really about nurturing your customers and getting new eyes on your shop and testing new products before you actually test them. And Pinterest is typically the long game. But in all cases, the traffic that you're driving organically has a compounding effect. And that's why it's worth the time. The third thing I want you to do for January is to focus on regenerating cash flow and pumping up your sell-through. So this is not the time to be stubborn about maintaining, a 50% gross margin, especially if your revenue is coming to a halt. Because what is the opportunity cost of sitting on dead inventory that's not moving? So I recommend regenerating cash flow as quickly as possible, as early as possible in the year. Starting Q1 with a super low sell-through is going to slow down how quickly you can scale your business. And it's going to be harder to make up ground during the rest of the year. So what's my recommendation? Kill that dead inventory. That's basically taking up space. You're basically paying rent to store that, and focus on reinvesting in more profitable inventory. Because remember, in January, people want new. So cut your losses, generate some cash flow, and drive up your sell-through on that dead inventory. The fourth thing I want you to do is, if your sales slow down, I want you to work more, not less. This is one of the biggest pitfalls that I see happening with Etsy sellers. The fewer sales they're getting, the less they're working on their business. Instead, you have to work more to drive more sales. So don't just let slow sales happen to you. As a business owner, you are in control of so many levers, and it is your job to expertly operate these levers. So that means pulling the right lever at the right time to achieve your desired outcome. Now, if you are completely stumped and you don't even know what levers you have to pull, definitely reach out to me. The fifth thing I want you to do is site merchandising. People think, oh, it's not your own website, it's only Etsy, so you can't do redo site merchandising? Yes, you can. Just like Target and other retailers redo their site merchandising for January, they move around their seasonal items. You need to be doing the same thing for your shop come January so that you are pushing new. So at the start of the new year, people want new assortments. Even if it's not a new assortment, they want to see it packaged in a different way. So push that new to the front of your shop page. And if you have nothing new, then repackage things in a new way, because you definitely do not want your shop on January 1st looking like it did on Black Friday, Cyber Monday. The sixth thing, and the most important thing at the start of the year, is to remember new year, new strategies. This is your year to test new strategies. And I recommend really testing strategies for entire quarters, not just a week at a time. When a shop tanks in January, what that tells me is that they're either not working hard enough or they're working on the wrong things. And remember, if your actions don't change, then your results won't change. So nothing changes if nothing changes. So don't just rely on what worked last year. If you want to grow, you need to keep pushing and keep innovating and keep testing. So if you're not sure what strategies you should be implementing in your business, reach out to me, because there's not a one-size-fits-all strategy, but rather different businesses need different strategies at different stages. So in my program, Multi-Six-Figure Etsy Blueprint, I break this down between the sprinting strategies and the marathon strategies. So those are two phases of your business. And this way, you know what to do and when, both on the shop level and the listing level. So if you're interested in that, reach out to me. I'd love to be kind of your business partner in 2023. That's what I call myself with my students, where I'm helping you push forward next year to hit your financial goals. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to this channel if you want to see more videos from me. And if you want to connect, just message me over on Instagram @DylanJaris, or you can email me team@dylanjaris.com. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.